Hello, welcome to my channel. My name's Sarah Hallam, the Soaky Potter. I have a kiln opening for you today. Before we get into it, I just want to thank every single one of you for your very kind words and all your support in my previous video, and I am blown away by the comments. I also had some really lovely direct messages from some of you as well that were really meaningful and really touched me. So thank you so much. It took some courage for me to share with you what I shared with you in terms of my sobriety. Not because I'm ashamed at all. I'm not. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. But I think there's always a bit of an element of risk, because you just don't know how people are going to react or respond. And also, I didn't want to trigger anybody or offend or upset anybody, and I hope I haven't done that. If I have, please reach out to me. That was not my intention. But I just wanted to say thank you, and thank you to everybody that's new to my channel, that's subscribed as well as a result of my last video. Please do go and check out some of my recent or previous videos, should I say. The watch hours are always appreciated, and the comments and the likes, so thank you. So today is all about the blue. So I thought I'd wear blue. I love blue, and I realised I haven't got many blue clothes, so I need to rectify that. And I've got quite a few pieces in here. I've got some Refire pieces as well, so we'll see how they come out. I also forgot to mention in my previous video that I didn't do a direct kiln opening from the kiln last time. I had some technical issues again with my phone and storage, so I'd started to record, and then my phone decided that it had had enough and it didn't want to record anymore, so I had to do what you do to get rid of a load of stuff, and by which point I'd obviously seen a good chunk of the pieces, so it wouldn't have been fair for me to then just pretend that I hadn't done it, because that's just dishonest, which is why I just did it as I did it. So, but this one is a full reveal. I haven't had a look, I haven't peeked. It cooled yesterday, and my husband came into the lounge, as he's starting to become accustomed to doing, and he said, I've had a look and it looks good. He said, I can't see any pinholes. He says, I'm not sure about the colours, because he is colourblind. Quite severely colourblind. So that's another story. I might share that with you another time. But yeah, shall we get into it? I'm so excited. Let's put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And here we go. Ah! I'd forgot about them. They're not blue. They're pink. Let me take a photograph so you can see what I can see. So I've had some people saying, oh, I need to see. So I'm recording on my iPad so I can take a photograph on my phone, and also my phone's naughty and it wouldn't let me record anything. I just need a new phone. So expensive though, aren't they? Right, let me shut up and take a quick photo. Oh my goodness me, they are so gorgeous. I'll put a photograph in. Right, I'm going to start with the 3 refires. So the first one, oh, that's better. So the first one was my little vase from a previous kiln opening. So it got sandstone on the top. Oh God, look at my nails. I haven't done my nails. Sandstone on the top, which I haven't touched, not glazed at all. It got clear on the inside, and I put Shipwreck on the bottom, 3 coats originally. And unfortunately, when I came to do the water test, it leaked. And I'm learning a lot about that. So it wasn't anything to do with the glaze. It was the fact that it wasn't vitrified. So I put another coat of glaze over the top, purely because I didn't like the Shipwreck. It was a bit wishy-washy. I put a photograph in. And what I did was I put a new glaze to me. I put 2 coats of Midnight Rain over the top, which is Mako. Is it? Yes, Midnight Rain, and I much prefer that. So I actually feathered the midnight, I can't speak today, Midnight Rain. I feathered it up over the sandstone because I wanted to try and blend the colours, and I'm happy with that now. Let's just hope it doesn't leak. So can you see that patch there? So that was there originally. So I did obviously let them dry out quite a bit. I actually sat them on my kiln quite a few times when it was going through a bisque and a glaze, to make sure that it was dry before I put it back in. So we'll see. I'll let you know. And the other Refire piece was one of my, ooh, that's better, was one of my Andrea mugs. So Andrea from Ruby Ceramics. A couple of months ago, I'd made these mugs. I'd got 3 carved mugs, and I was having a bit of a glaze brain freeze, and I messaged our WhatsApp group and I was like, help me to decide what to put on these cups. And Andrew was the first person that came back and said Blue Rutile and Chun Plum. So this one had Blue Rutile on and swoops of Chun Plum, and it came out and it was, oh, I remember I'd overfired them at bisque the first time, glazed them, they came out, were a bit, so I very nearly threw this in the bin, but I just loved the carving so much that I thought, do you know what? Let's give it one more try. Let's give it one more chance. So I kept the inside the same, which was white opal on the inside, Mako. Didn't touch that at all. And then I added 2 new coats, 2 extra coats of Blue Rutile. And look at that drip there. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Perhaps could have gone a bit further down, but I was a bit unsure with it being a Refire. I thought, oh, what if it runs off? So I perhaps could have gone a little bit further down, but you know, for a Refire, I'm happy with that. So I'll water test that as well. Should be fine now, shouldn't it? Also, before I forget, can you give me some feedback on the lighting? As you know, I'm in my garage and we've got spotlights in the ceiling, and I just don't know if the lighting's very good. I feel like I'm about to be interrogated. Maybe the kiln's going to interrogate me. So can you give me some feedback and let me know if it's too harsh or too bright, or if it affects anything? I'd really appreciate some constructive feedback, please. And also if there's any tips that you could give me that might, I mean, I've tried to put the ring light low down to try and shine up light this way, but that just makes it look even worse. So yeah, let me know, please. Okay, and then, oh no. Oh, so my beautiful jug, this leaked as well. Boo hoo. And look what's happened. It's run. Stuck to the cookie. So I'm not going to try and get it off now. I will be able to do something about that. I will be able to Dremel that off. So I didn't add any more glaze. So I haven't brought the sheet in with me. I'll put the description of what it is up here. But it's gorgeous and it's ran so, in fact, it's more stunning than the first time. I feel like it's blended a bit more, but obviously I've just got this bit of a run, which I won't touch because it looks very sharp. And it has stuck to my shelf a little bit, so I'm gonna have to Dremel my shelf as well. Oh, talking about Dremels, the Dremel I've got is just a really cheap and nasty one, and it just decide. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So if some of you in the UK, well, anywhere really, if you can recommend a good Dremel that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, I'd really appreciate it if you can let me know, if you can share with me a Dremel that maybe you guys are using that's up to the job. So beautiful. Let's see if it doesn't leak now. But yeah, gorgeous. Love it. Okay, so I've got my cone packs. So that's my 5, that's my 6, and that's my 7. So yeah, good firing again. Thank you, R2D2. Okie dokie. So what should I show you first? So I decided to have a go at some thumb cups. And these were originally going to go in the previous firing because they're pink, but I didn't have room. So they didn't fit. So they've gone in here. So check out my thumb cups. How lovely are they? And also I realised that they'd perhaps gone a little bit too dry for me to really squish them. So they're not very, as you can just see there, they're not massively pressed in, but they're enough for you to kind of hold it and drink out of. But look at the glaze. Not sure what they are. I don't know. It's on the outside though, so, and the inside, gorgeous. So I've got 2. So my first ever pair. So they're not twins. They're not far off, but they're not twins. But I'm so happy with them. I'll tell you what they are. So they are Mako Raspberry Mist, 2 coats, inside and out, and over the top, full coverage, micro pearl, Mako, 2 coats. So I had micro pearl in one of the little small pots that came out of the Mako stoneware pack, like tester packs. Might have been the 2024 pack, probably was. And I didn't really use it a great deal because I'd heard that, you know, it runs a lot and you needed a million coats. So I didn't really use it a great deal. And then when I did the Mako workshop with Todd at Pottery back in September, with Andrea from Ruby A Ceramics, he talked quite a bit about micro pearl. So I treated myself to a tub just before Christmas. So I'm so happy with them. Gorgeous combination. So they will go in my pink pile. And oh my goodness me, I made 2 little bowls, kind of soup bowls or snack bowls or ice cream bowls. Again, these should have gone in with the pink glaze fire, but they didn't fit because of the Gurgle jug took up so much space. But look at that. So this combination, I can't remember who's done it, or whether I've seen it on the Facebook page. So it's Speckled Pinkaboo Stroke and Coat by Mako, 3 coats, inside and out. So stable. And can you guess what's over the top? River Birch, Amaco River Birch. And I did 1 coat. And I love it. I love that. Love that combination. Definitely going to do that on a mug. So I've got 2 of those. So again, a little set. So they're not identical, but they're a nice little set. Cute. Okay. I shall get the shelf out. These are the blues. These are the blues. Looking good. Let me take a photo. Okay, so I'll put up what I can see. Never really gives it away though, does it, when you're looking down on pieces? So what am I going to start with first? So I've got another Refire in here. So let me find the Refire. So this is my Refire. So this is from a couple of months ago. And this was all Blue Rutile. No, it wasn't. I'm telling fibs. It was, excuse me, Mako Blue Surf, inside and out, 3 coats. Love Blue Surf, but it pinholed terribly. Had a massive pinhole in the bottom there. And obviously I water tested it and it also leaked as well. Maybe it was because of the pinhole, but I think some of it was perhaps vitrification. So I thought, right, okay, you're going back in because it's a gorgeous mug. I love the shape, I love the carving, I love everything. So I thought I'm going to refire it. So again, I sat it on the kiln quite a few times, left it here in the garage to dry out. And then what I did was I left the outside purely as it was, didn't touch it. And then on the inside, I applied Amaco 2 coats of blue. Oh, I can't get my words out, I'm so sorry. Night Rain. I need to slow down. Night Rain. And it's just gorgeous. I love Night Rain. Look how it's broken here with the blue. I had a whole brand new tub of Blue Surf and I ended up taking it back to Pot Glaze and said, can I swap it for something else, please? Because we're not getting on anymore. And it's just, for whatever reason, just not agreeing with my clay. So they very kindly agreed and I swapped it. And I think I swapped it for the micro pearl actually. So happy with that. I'll let you know if it passes. So that's 4 refires. Right. Quick review of the cones. I'm trying to get better at putting cones in every firing at the moment and on every shelf because of the issues that I'm having with vitrification. So that's my 5. That's my 6. I'm not quite. Is that a full 6? Or 6 and a bit, and that's my 7. Right. Oh, I'm so excited. What should I start with? Okay. So, ooh, I like this. So this mug at Bisque Fire came out with cracks in the handle. So it's not a mug I'm ever going to be able to sell. I might not even use it myself. I might just put a plant in it or something, or pens, because it has got the crack is still there. So you can't put hot liquids in it, can you? It's just too dangerous. So I decided to do a little bit of an experiment for me. It's probably been done before, but I just love it. And this was the mug. Don't know, for those of you that may have seen my short recently, to foot or not to foot, this was the mug that I didn't put a foot on. And it was really interesting, actually. I got some really insightful comments and some really great feedback about people's opinions on whether to put feet in mugs or whether not to. Bit of a mixed response actually, and it was interesting to see the reasons why some people liked a foot or didn't like a foot, or it depended on the shape of the mug whether they wanted a foot or not. But I'm really happy with this combination. So it is Blue Hydrangea, Mako, 2 coats, inside and out. And then Indigo Float, 2 coats. And you know, it's typical, isn't it, that I don't think there's a single pinhole. And when I've been using Indigo Float recently, it's pinholed on me and it hasn't. So the one mug that I can't actually sell because it's got a crack in the handle or use as a mug has potentially come out perfectly. Oh, Pottery. It definitely keeps you guessing. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? Do you know what I think it reminds me of? Like a starry night with the gold specks from the Blue Hydrangea. Love that. Okay, so what should I do next? I'm going to do, should I save that one? Yes, I'm going to save that one. I'll do this. Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. Or maybe I do. I don't know. It's brown and I don't do brown. I'm not a brown person. But somebody out there might love it. Can you tell what it might be? It's Iron Lustre. Is Iron Lustre? Yeah, Amaco Iron Lustre. 2 coats inside and out. And then it's Textured Turquoise Amaco inside and out. Very stable. But not my vibe, really. I feel like the Iron Lustre, obviously because it's quite a strong glaze, has overtaken the Textured Turquoise. Perhaps what I need to have done is applied 3 Textured Turquoise maybe. But then would it have ran? I don't know. But what do you think? What do you think? Okie dokie. Right, so this was a bit of an experiment. So I'll show it you first and then I'll tell you what I did. I think you can probably work out what I did. So on the inside we have white opal Mako. I love that glaze for the inside of mugs. And then what I did was, it's a little bit like what Nat for Mud Magic did with the underglaze, but then she carves out the flowers. I am going to try that at some point. But then Andrea from Ruby A Ceramics also recently did something similar and put butterfly underglaze transfers over it. So I've kind of mishmashed both of those styles. And what I did was I got a sponge, just a little sponge, and dabbed it into various colours of Amaco Velvet underglazes. So red, yellow, green, blue, orange. Dabbed it all over the mug, as you can see. And then I applied some black underglaze transfers over the top. And then 2 coats of Mako Stoneware Clear Glaze. And a bit different. I'm not sure if it will appeal to anybody or not, but it was a good experiment. I think what I will do next time is I will perhaps water down the underglaze and so it's a bit more subtle, maybe not quite so in your face, because you can't really make out the transfers, but somebody might love it. Okay, I've got 3 to go. This was an experiment based off something that I saw recently on the Facebook group. And I think it was the Amaco Facebook group. This is it. I am really happy with how this turned out. It's not identical to the one that I saw, but it's definitely got the vibe that I was going for. So there's a lot going on, but this one also has a very small crack in the base, so we'll see. But at least I know the combination works, and I will do it again. So I'll tell you what it is. So I'll start at the bottom. So the bottom part is Amaco Satin Matte Dark Blue. 4 coats, because 3 coats I find is a bit patchy. And then what I did is I used the painter's tape, is it? And the really thin stuff. And I applied, as you can see, a pattern all around the mug. Tried to kind of mirror it a little bit on the handle. And then from there upwards all the way inside, I applied 3 coats of Smoky Merlot. Then I applied 2 coats of Indigo Float, Amaco. Look at that there. And then on the rim, on the outside and on the inside, I applied 1 thick coat of oatmeal. And what I'll do next time is I will probably pull the oatmeal a little bit further down, because this is stunning. And maybe more so on the inside, because then obviously if it runs, it doesn't matter because it's on the inside. But how lovely is that? How gorgeous is that? Really happy. I'll water test it. I don't know if that crack is an all the way through crack or just a surface crack on the outside. We'll see. But gorgeous combination. And then finally, we have a set of Northern Lights mugs. And from what I can see, they look lovely. So, do you want to see? Look at these beautiful specimens. Gorgeous. So it's the same combination that I used on my on a mug a while ago before Christmas, which sold instantly. So it's the same combination, and it obviously is a combination that works for me, works for my clay body, and I just love it so much. So we have Obsidian, Amaco Obsidian inside and out, 2 coats. Then we have 3 generous coats of Smoky Merlot. Look at this colour here. Inside and out. And then 1 coat, the thick coats of swoops of Seaweed. So what I did was I loaded the brush up, and I just swept it around the mug and down the handle, and then on the inside I just swept it around to try and create that night sky effect. Stunning. And then this is the other one. So I did a similar pattern, not identical, because I am hoping to sell these as a set. Little bit of running there. Maybe I just caught the bottom with the brush and didn't wipe it off properly. But it's just beautiful. So happy. I'll water test again, but so that's it. So a pretty good outcome, I'd say. Got some really good results. I think that's perhaps my biggest disappointment, that I've got a run there, but that is always the risk, isn't it, when you have a refire? But it's just beautiful. And I will definitely be doing this combination again, so you will see it. But yeah, had some successes with the refires as well. We'll see if they all pass the water test. So I am going to finish it there. I've gone slightly over 30 minutes again. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. And if you are enjoying my content and are not already subscribed, please consider doing so and hit the bell for all, so that you get all the notifications when I upload a video. So my next video potentially will be, well, I'm hoping it's going to be green themed. It'll all depend on if the pieces that I'm intended on glazing green will be ready in time, because they're all drying quite slowly at the moment. So watch this space, and the next firing might be green. It might just be a load of random colours, who knows, I don't know. But in the meantime, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're all having a fabulous day, or had a fabulous day, and I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.